Welcome to the Soul Session with Samira Serafini. You landed here for a reason. You're ready to heal your heart, embody authentic confidence, and soften into your feminine energy. It's time to live in true alignment and manifest a blissful life. Let's begin. Hello, my loves, and welcome to the Soul Session. I'm your host, Samira, and I'm so happy to have you with me today. This week, we are covering the forces of love from Family Constellation and how each of them can shift your life for the best. Yesterday, we talked about the first force of love, which is acceptance. So, if you haven't heard that one yet, I invite you to check that episode. And if you are enjoying this series, I would love to hear from you. What is the thing that resonated the most? What it is shifting in your life? So, without further ado, let's go right into today's topic. The second force of love is order. And in this episode, we will explore how this force works and why, when you take the wrong place in your life, in your relationships, you create invisible blocks and you feel stuck, and how you can get unstuck and reclaim your power. So, Brigitte Champetier-Dehib says in her book that order is about accepting the concrete life we have in the space-time dimension, which implies accepting that time orders us. On an individual level, the older elements have preference over the younger ones, and at the collective level, the new systems have more strength than the old ones. I study this not only in family constellation but also in quantum physics. Frijot Capra is a physicist that says that everything is connected and any element out of its place creates an imbalance on itself and on the whole. And to understand order, we need to simply look at the nature, at the universe, to see how everything is connected and working in a perfect balance. So each element has its place. So each piece has its place in the cosmos, and it is the same with us in our family system, in our relationships, in our life. So imagine a tree that wants to grow, but their roots are not in the right place, or it is trying to fit into a space where it doesn't belong, or wants to grow roots in an environment that it's not the natural, that it is not the best for her to thrive. And in a more realistic setting, we see this happening so many times in so many forms. So we see a partner trying to mother the other, or trying to act like a kid and not taking responsibility, or we see the children taking responsibility for their parents because those are not stepping up in their role, or a child needing to act more mature than its age because the parents aren't stepping up for their role. So this happens in many levels. So the first and the most important thing for you to understand is, what is your place? So in your family and with your parents, Your place is one of respect towards the elders, towards those who came before you. So, honoring their destinies, thanking them, being thankful for the life that came for you through them, and at the same time, letting them and returning to them their destinies, their traumas, their choices, their weights, because those are not yours to carry. What it is your place in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, and also with friends as well. So, in a romantic relationship, your place is one of equality, is one where the exchange between giving and receiving is balanced. My favorite quote is, I work and money flows. I work and money comes. So, the more you put yourself at service for the collective, more the doors of the abundance open up to you. So, this is the ideal, right? This is where you are in a relationship with your family or in your career and things are flowing. But in reality, many times this isn't what happens. So I want to talk about why these blockades can happen in your life. What are the entanglements that create imbalance in your life and in your systems? So now let's do a check-in to identify if you are in the wrong place in your relations. We will cover family, love, and money. I want to invite you to take one step back from your mind and allow your body to guide you in this, to show you what are the triggers, where there is energy leaking in every level that I would cover now. Okay, so the first one is family and parents. So you are not in your most powerful place. You are misaligned with your family and with your parents when you feel responsible for their happiness or for solving their issues. You judge them, and that shows you are out of your place because you feel superior to them. And as an adult, you keep a bond of dependency with your parents. And this is a sign that you're not in your place because children are supposed to stay close to their parents when they are young and when they need them. But the natural movement of life is to grow up and go towards life, go towards your own path. Number two, let's talk relationships. You are not in your strongest place in your romantic life when you find yourself in codependence relationships because it is so clear that you need another person to support yourself. And in this case, it's not only about needing someone to fill a void or to give you the love that you didn't have back in your childhood. When you try to save someone, when you try to fix someone, it is a sign that you are also in a codependency pattern and you're not in your most aligned place. Another sign that you are in the wrong place in your romantic life is when you repeat family patterns. So, something you heard your mother complaining all along in your childhood, is happening again in your love life. That shows that you are unconsciously imitating a person or a dynamic that you saw in your childhood or that was present in your lineage, and you receive that information through the DNA and you end up repeating that unconsciously. Now let's talk money, honey. You are not in your place. You are in the wrong place when you feel guilty for having money, or you think that money is a bad thing, or you spend all the money so you unconsciously again feel like your family members that were also living in scarcity at some point. So you repeat their destiny in a way. If you find yourself struggling to make money, to make a living, that is a sign that you're not in your place. If you feel you need to prove to the others that you are capable of doing the work, that you are capable of making money, it is also a sign that you are out of place because your focus is clearly outside, trying to prove yourself to others, than focusing on your own life. If you resonated with any of these topics, if you check any of those boxes, I invite you to book a one on one session with me so we can find the root of these blocks and help you get back into the flow of life. So let's explore why this blockage happens. What are the triggers and the reasons that take you out of your place and make you feel stuck in life? I brought you, let's dive deep into three. The first one is generational roots. The second one is invisible loyalty. And the third is childish or immature love. So, generational roots are basically those patterns that we got from our ancestors that goes generation after generation, and many times we absorb them unconsciously or without reflecting much about it, and we simply repeat. And we know that it is much more easier and comfortable to repeat than to try something else. So it is like a comfort zone. But our mission is to really break cycles and quantum leaps. So stay with me. The second one is invisible loyalties. And this is almost like a mechanism to keep the family system or the group together and united. So, for example, if everyone in your family had a bad history with money, then if you are the one that thrives in life and gets abundance, that might mean that you become way too different from them and you might not even belong to the family anymore. So, this invisible loyalty is an unconscious mechanism to keep you safe in the group. And it's not something that you think about or that you realize, but you feel in your body if what I'm saying is resonating with you. It is so important for us to feel like we belong, which is the third force of love that we'll be covering tomorrow. Stay tuned. If you think back then, people were living in tribes and staying alone in the forest was dangerous and you could lose your life for that. So we still hold on into this fear of feeling like we will be excluded from the group. So, if you come from a long line of people who didn't succeed in their love lives, unconsciously you might feel that it is safer to also repeat that pattern instead of doing something that will go against, that will break that pattern. And that can show up as self sabotage and feeling guilty if you start to feel happy or you start to live your own life or you start to receive more money. This can happen in many levels. So, the childish or immature love is one that mixed up the responsibility in the relations. So, it's the one that tries to save the other or tries to fix the other because unconsciously thinks that carrying their weight for them will solve the problem. But it only does not solve the problem, but it also creates more negative consequences to all those involved in the dynamic. When you are in your place, when you take your place, you feel alive, you feel energized, you feel strong, there is clarity. Even when there are challenges for you to manage, there is movement, there is flow. It isn't like you are repeating the same pattern and the same problem. You simply give up of trying to save or trying to fix other people and you focus on your own path. I want to invite you guys for a practice for us to integrate, for us to turn all this information into transformation in our energy field. So, this isn't a meditation or a journaling practice. How does it work is allowing your body to give you a hint, to give you an insight on what is it that it is blocking you or what it is the key for you to take action. Okay, so I'm going to read for you intuitive questions to help you get you unstuck and reclaim your power. Just listen to the question and take a moment to feel how does that resonate in your body? What information does that bring to you? Okay? Where in my life do I behave as if I were older than I truly am? If I no longer had to carry anyone's pain or problems, what would my life look like? To whom can I say in silence, "This is yours. With love, I return it to you"? What am I still blaming my parents for that now I am ready to take responsibility for as an adult? In which relationships do I give more than I receive? Which destiny did I unconsciously take on in order to be accepted? At what moment in my history did I feel that I had to be too strong? So take a deep breath and let that sink in. If you have any insight and you need to make a note, or if you feel in your heart to share in the comments, I want you to focus that to thrive and flourish in life, you need deep and strong roots. So, taking your place, and that starts in your family, and then your relationships, and a ripple effect to every other aspect of your life, that helps you to tap to unlock your full potential. And I would love to help you in this journey. If you resonated with this episode and you need any support, check the link in the description to book a session with me. Sign up for my weekly newsletter. Share your comments and rate the podcast. Remember, you are here to break cycles and quantum leap into expansion. Thank you for spending this lovely time together with me. Sending you so much love. Stay tuned. If you made it to the end of this episode, it means you're truly committed to healing your heart and living in true alignment. I see you, and I'm so proud of you. Make sure to subscribe to the Soul Session so you never miss our weekly time together. And if you enjoy what you heard, please leave a review and share your biggest takeaway. I'd love to hear from you. For exclusive content straight to your inbox, subscribe to my weekly newsletter. And if you're ready to quantum leap into your next level, book a one-on-one session with me. You'll find all links in the description. Thank you for being here. Sending you so much love. Until next time.